The first shout out is Jonathan, who started the list. I'm gonna shout him out because he always comes to class and makes me smile. Makes me pull out my hair, but makes me smile. He's always cheerful, and he's a big supporter of my channel. He tells everyone to subscribe. And my second shout out is Nyla. Nyla, a wonderful student, and she also helped Jonathan write the list. And I always enjoy her in class, and she keeps her compañeros in line. So here's the next batch of call-outs. They're in no particular order of favoritism, as they will all accuse me of doing. In the order of the list that signed up. So we have Ava. Ava, you're a great student. You like to help your team. You do great work. And next we have Leila. Leila, you are also a beam of sunshine in the class. And I enjoy your contributions. You know so much more Spanish than you think you do. And your cologne is really nice. Next kid on my call-out list is Amelia. Amelia, you're so funny and a good worker, unless your friends distract you. But you always want to make sure you get stuff done. And you even get Jonathan to work. And Zarek, you have Spanish in your blood. You do really, really well. You're a good team leader. And you are kind and respectful, but you also know how to have fun. Okay, we're on day 2. Here are my student call-outs. We have Irvin. Irvin, you're always so funny and willing to try anything I ask you to do, even if you hit fits of giggles. And your hair always looks really good. Andres, or Andrew, you're always so prompt to get to class. You learned how to say, "Can I have a minute?" in Spanish, and you taught everyone else. And you have always appreciated when I give you a day to do catch-up work. Next call out, Crystal. Crystal, you make me laugh because when you look up from your desk and you see me looking at you, you always say, "Whoop," and then you tell your group to get to work. So thank you for keeping your group productive. And thank you for doing your work even though you already know Spanish. It's fun to have you in class because you understand everything I say. Even when I'm being funny and no one else understands, you can always giggle. Liam, you came into class about a month after everyone else did, and you learned everything that they learned in a month in a matter, what is this bug doing? Liam, there's a bug disturbing your call out. You learned everything so fast. You jumped in your knowledge. You speak it so well. You have a good accent. And I'm glad that you came to our school. Camden, you were so quiet and shy, but you turned in beautiful assignments, and you really do know more Spanish than your confidence is telling you to. So be confident about it. Carly, you bring so much laughter into the classroom. You're always happy, cheerful, and giggling, and always helping your friends. So here's another call out. This one is for Leah. Leah, you're the first one to say hello to me when you walk in the room. Always have a smile. You're always so cheerful and so responsible. I never have to remind you or ask you to finish work. You're always doing it before I even have to remind you. I don't think you've missed a single Bison day. Here's a call out to Megan. You're super good in class and in Spanish. You're so quiet, but your Spanish is impeccable and you do a great job. And it's always fun to see you run up the hallway before I shut the door because your group gets dismissed last for lunch. Here's a call out for Jasai. Decide.
Velocidad media 1.8.
My watch is talking to me. Decide. I get to have you for class and for resource or study hall. And you are such a pleasure to have in class. You're a hard worker. You're so respectful. And you always have something funny to say. And I saw a fishing sign today in Spanish, and it made me think of you. And here's a call out for Eli. Eli, you can always tell when I'm having a bad day, and you always want to make it better. And for that, I thank you. You're so fun to have in class. Your laughter is very contagious, and you're a very good artist. I am starting with some trail maintenance in Duncannon. I'm wearing my trail maintenance shirt instead of my red shirt like I always do, because when you're hiking with a shovel and a machete, outing yourself as a trail maintainer is always a good idea. You do not want to end up on the community Facebook page. I also need to finish my shout outs for my students that I started on my Appalachian Trail. I wasn't able to finish them because we had to cut the hike short and go home for a family emergency. So we're gonna get back to it. This call out is for Margot. Margot, you've always been responsible, respectful, and pay attention in class. And I thank you for that. And I always enjoyed when you would come and ask me for a minute after lunch. Lila C, you've always been responsible, respectful, get all your work done. You ask for clarification when you need help. You've always been a good influence and example in our class. These two calls are going together because they did everything together. So for Roman and Joey, or Jose as we called him, you two have been wonderful model students. You're responsible, hardworking, always respectful. I don't think either of you ever missed a bison day. And you were such a good asset to our class. For Izzy, or Isabella, always enjoyed your laughter, your contributions to class, and the fact that you always kept Eli on task. And when everyone had their hand raised and he didn't, you would, well, I don't know if I can record on video that you would smack him, but maybe I'll edit that part out. And to my lively group of 4, who always promised me, if you let us be a group of 4, we'll be quiet. They didn't always define what quiet meant, but to Alex, Priya, Katya, or Caitlin, Katie, and Stephanie, I always enjoyed your laughter, however loud it was. You were a good group, you worked hard, you had fun, you learned a lot, much more than you even realize that you know. I'm very proud of you. I know you'll do great in Spanish too. Just keep the noise down at the high school. For sweet, kind Angie, he started out in one class and got moved to another class, which was mosquitoes biting me. You moved from a quiet class to a rambunctious class. Took it all in stride. I always enjoyed your laughter and even your eye rolls when things got crazy. You're sweet, kind, responsible, and a hard worker, and you did great in class. And for Josiah, you're a wonderful asset to our class. You're responsible. You always made sure you got your work done. When the badges went up, you were in my room right away asking me what you were missing. You usually got it done that day or the next. Very responsible, and I appreciate that. To Nico, you're a great student. You had lots of fun. You were very respectful, not only to me, but to everyone in your class. You're not swayed with peer pressure. I don't think you realize just how great of a person you are, and I hope someday you know that. Anaya, you're always sweet and kind, always willing to help everyone. Very responsible, always getting your work done. Such a loyal friend. You're such a great student. To Avian, the master of the I am innocent face. Newsflash, no you weren't. Anyhow, you are a very loyal friend to your friends. You're good in class, good at Spanish. I I know you will do great in Spanish too. Keep your mind on the goal and be productive. This call out is for Lauren. Dear, dear Lauren. Lauren, you're a very bright spot in our class. You made us all laugh and pull out our hair, but you were truly a wonderful student. I enjoyed almost every minute of you in class. You will never say shut up again without remembering me. And for that, I know I will never be forgotten. For Abby, you're such a strong, responsible, mature, kind, and helpful student. I remember the day you said you weren't going to be in class, and I said, Abby, you have to be here. You are my sanity. Thank you for being such a great student and for making a brave attempt to control your group. To Roberto, so much to say, so little time to say it. You're a true leader. You have great leadership skills. Use them wisely, and you will achieve great things in life. Thank you for making class so fun. You're a little bit exasperating sometimes, but I always enjoyed you in class. And you're very good at Spanish, so keep it up. Lily, you're such a great student. You inspire your group. You're great at Spanish. You're kind and thoughtful and helpful. To Sonoma. Sonoma, I got the opportunity to see you throughout the last 3 years because I knew your father, and so I knew who you were. You've grown up to be a wonderful young lady. You're so good at Spanish. You are a great group member and a loyal friend, and I really enjoyed you in class. Umar, you are maybe one of the most polite young men I have ever met. You called me ma'am all year. It took me a while to get used to it, but it always made me feel very respected. You are also great at Spanish. I really enjoyed your participation in class. Keep being you. And to Laurel, Laurel, you're such a sweet, compassionate young lady. Don't ever lose that. You feel so deeply for your friends. And not only do you want to have good friends, but you want to be a good friend. And you're such a wonderful person. And for the last name on the list, dear, dear Dalton. I know yours is a name I will never forget. I know mine is a name you will never forget. You started the lunch club with your very first lunch detention. And I know you were very active and energetic in class, but I always could see that you cared about your work, were always very responsible. You wanted to do your best. You were such a good friend to your friends. I enjoyed you in class, and I wish you the best in the future. Make good choices. And thus concludes the call out list. I do not believe I missed anyone on the list, but I will double check it. If your name was not on the list because you happened to be absent that day, just know that I enjoyed every one of you. You were a great bunch. In the years to come, I may forget names, but I will never forget memories. And good luck to all of you in the 9th grade. To my morning classes who did not get on this list because it was made in the afternoon and I did not see you guys after the list was made. Core 1, I spent the most time with you because I had you for home run. You were a great group, even the gaslighters. We had a lot of fun, and I know you probably will not be able to listen to class or the overhead announcements without hearing my voice in your head. Anuncios, anuncios, silencio. You're a great bunch. You will do great in Spanish too. Good luck in the future. To my core 2, you were such a confident, happy group. I really enjoyed your class. You made huge strides throughout the year. You did great. And you were the top class for getting missing work done. I think by the end of the year, there was only 1 or 2 of you that still had something missing, but I forgave it. To my core 3, you were, to date, the quietest, most laid-back class I have ever had. Sometimes almost too quiet, but I enjoyed that 45 minutes where I could revamp my energy, regain my sanity, And you guys did great. I believe I told you that your class held 50% of the highest grades over all 3 of the morning classes. And always give that little bit of sanity to your next teachers.